Alright, so welcome back guys, we're back with Kenshi, and today we're gonna explore the modding of this game. Well, at least what I'm trying to achieve with modding. And a few months ago started exploring the modding, and one of the things I wanted to do with it is to make interactive market stalls so that not only we could approach them and basically dump anything we carry or found during our journeys in any town, but also maybe buy some market stalls and sell stuff ourselves, like uh like vendors, you know, hired vendors. All right, I think we're gonna be fairly quick today. I'm just gonna walk real quick through the mod I'm trying to make, but eventually not sure if it's if it will end up in any sort of a success. All right, let's see what we got. So I tried to recall what I was doing and where eventually I have paused it. And while doing so, I also have stumbled upon one of the solutions that actually allowed me to finally get our guys added into a residence. But not only they are like residents, but like in a meaningful way, that they are actually attached to market stalls. So as we can see, it's 5:52. Just gonna check real quick if this is like the safe. Maybe exploring. Alright, so guys are spawning, everything's spawning. Let's see on the map. Yeah, so we have residents max 15 out of 15. And since it's like 5:56, so basically what our vendors, we're just gonna have to find them on the map. They have big hats on them. They gotta be somewhere. Basically because it's not like 6 a.m. yet, so they're not near the market stalls. They're just basically right, so they're running around. So here's like one dude. Here's nope, that's not the one. So all together we have to have like 3 of them. I found one of them. And yeah, during the night, so they're pretty much left up to themselves. They can go shopping, they can patrol and do different like useless stuff like that. And the thing is that I'm not able to get them to go into the bar when they are added as residents. So basically during this time they have to go into the bar and sit in there. They can of course, like, I don't exclude that they can actually go patrol or do like other various stuff. But somehow, like for shopping, it's a little bit kind of strange because they're running around different. Right, this one's aimless. They're running around different destroyed buildings and just run inside, try to shop, and they just leave. That's it. So right now they are like added as residents. Right. So yeah, this is the import before 6 a.m., which is the time gap that's for them basically to go into the bar, go shopping or trolling and stuff like that. And yeah, when loading like this before 6 a.m., then they are spawned somewhere inside the town. You gotta find them, etc. But now we're gonna import. Let's try just loading one of those. See if it works. Already here. Without importing. This now 22:39 in the evening. Right, so it's still loading. Yeah, so they're registered as residents. Right, they're not here. So it means that they're somewhere, they're running around trying to shop. I don't see any yet. All right, let's try importing, and basically what we gotta see is that they're just standing behind the market stall and they just do nothing. Hey, hello there. Right, let's see. All right, there you go. Here are our 3 traders, which suppose they spawn as they supposed to near the market stalls. This is thanks to finding one of the articles on Steam about that you have like to add an interior to your market style so that the engine actually recognizes where to spawn your squad. And here, this is, we have added a setup only to market stalls type A. So basically on this one, and this one, and this one. Interesting. Why are they having like different name? Probably it's because it has like a layout attached to it. Let's see. Also, I was able to attach nodes, the use nodes, because it turns out that the shopkeeper nodes are not in use in the game engine. Like there are like references, not exactly like references. There's like an entity like a shopkeeper node, but no assets actually use it. So just like a dummy thing sitting there in the list of nodes. Apparently there was like an idea behind it to separate the nodes by their type, but eventually everything goes down to turret, lighting, and use nodes. That's it. And based on coordinates, I was able to place the use nodes in the editor, in the Forgotten Construction editor. So if they are spawning here, I assume that actually this node placed correctly. So the engine actually snaps to it. Right, so let's... yeah, there you go. So when attaching an interior in the Forgotten Construction editor, so I was able to now in the in-game editor to add a layout, which effectively means that we have, if we press like to edit stuff. Wait, I don't see anything. Let's see. Nope. There are actually supposed to be like a few items over here. Hey, hello there. Right, so something tells me that this one, this market stall has, yeah, so these are assigned in the Forgotten Construction editor, both interior and exterior. So my guess is that this market stall is the only one that is recognized by the game engine, and our guys are actually getting spawned here. But what's funny is that I was actually experimenting with this market stall. I was placing like items on it. I created a created that interior like profile exactly in this one that we see here, like in this entry. And my guess is that when we have attached that layout, it was attached to this one. I was just sporadically, I just like chose one of the stalls that I have in the editor and attached to some of it, and apparently this is the one. I really wish they could be used to trade. So right now, if we go over here, we actually can get inside and see the market stall A contents. So it's like it acts like a counter. And also when I pressed Alt, you probably have seen just for a split second that there are like a few items were there. So we can see them when we are currently like loading, like we can see them just once. These are like shown as if we were like inside a building, and it shows us what's inside the building, the items inside of it. So there's like also an idea that maybe we can actually add a sort of like an interior large enough that we can, when we approach and enter that interior, then we can actually see a more detailed market stall with various items laying around. It also, it of course like debatable if it's like a viable idea, because maybe NPC is gonna be just coming up and grabbing stuff. I don't know how it will work, but it's just like a long perspective idea. Right now we just need to actually make it work. Let's see if Shift F12 actually shows us anything here. No. Right, so and our dudes, 3 vendors, this is like the squad of outlaw market traders, is just basically standing here aimless. And it's gonna hit 11 p.m. right now. And there you go. Now they're off to go shopping, all 3 of them. And what they're gonna do is they just run around different destroyed buildings and try to shop in there. I'm not quite sure how they actually choose the areas where do they shop, because right now they just like sporadically running around the town. Let's see if our spade gonna make it to see if this guy gonna actually try to trade with the ninjas. Alright, so he enters and he exits. Now he apparently gonna run into the bar. I'm gonna run after him. Alright, it's 2 of them now. Not directly. We will go to the editor pretty soon, and we're gonna see what we can do there with them. Alright, so now they're running into the bar. Ideally, they just need to go into the bar. Alright, so they're near the counter, right? I can't afford that. Okay. And off they go, they just keep shopping. But now, see, this dude is now actually, we can interact with him. So this guy, whenever he's like inside the building, he's interactive. And interesting is that the trigger for interactivity is actually in dialogues, because dialogues dictate a certain parameter which says if he's like inside a building. And this is why we need to make our market stalls to be actual like buildings with interior. We can of course remove that thing, but then there's something like, as I understand, like breaks inside the logic, so the guy is not getting attached to like containers stuff. I don't know. So I'm not a pro modder, so I'm just like spilling what I understood about it. So yeah, so we can trigger the trade with him right now. Is he still tradable? Yep. And this one's not for some reason. Alright, so the guys left the building and we can trade with them. So yeah, all in all, the thing is that we added a interior to the market stall. We can now spawn our squad of traders as residents, not as a bar squad, and we can effectively direct them towards like doing other stuff after 11 p.m. So this is what we got. So this is like a working thing right now, and market style is also like interactive. We can steal from it, not yet trade via the traders themselves. It's not like really a big thing yet, but and also there's like a sound attached to it as if we're touching the flower storage. Not like a trading counter, but as like a flower storage. You can hear it when I click on it. More like nature style. Right. So this is like what we currently have inside the game itself. And the core challenge right now is to actually invoke the first like trading dialogue with traders. Have, I don't know, some container stuff attached to them so they can trade from there, or there was like an explanation that there is some kind of, when we designate them as traders, then they have like their trading UI detached from their actual like NPC inventory. So it's like a virtual inventory that we're trading against. Yep. And I explored this a little bit as well, and there was like a thing with it. It's either they have something like they apparently have like what was it? Inventory. Their inventory is basically limited only to their backpack or something like that. Maybe we can actually, you know, if we won't be able to maybe like make them trade against like this virtual inventory, maybe we will just simply have to default to trading against their inventory like itself. It will be like much smaller, far less items, but eventually maybe, you know what, that might actually be also the thing, because if we're gonna be having like a lot of traders, then we can like specialize them in different stuff. So they actually don't need like large inventories like we have like in a bar. That might be actually a good thing to do, and it sounds like more realistic as well. All right, they're still running around. Actually, they have like quite a few assignments, not just trading. Right, now let's go to the editor and see what do we got, what do we have there. Just a couple of days I just been playing around with it and just refreshing my memory what I was actually doing, where I was like left it. And so to describe it cleanly, so we have like various game items here, like buildings, items, dialogue packages, AI packages, and stuff like that. And what we need is buildings, town, dialogue packages, AI packages, vendor lists. Now let's see the hub town. So this is where things begin. At the same time, we're gonna open the market stall. So we have like three groups of market stalls, and this is basically, these are actually the groups which have like multiple different variations of market stalls, like visual variations of them. So on the right, we have like the hub town, and on the left, we have the market stall itself. Now, if we gonna look at the hub town and make it bigger. Yeah, because these values on the right are also kind of important. Right. So now we have our market style Holy Nation Outlaws traders added to the residence. Now on the squad, this is a squad of residents. We have like a setup of this squad. They have AI packages attached to them. They have a building attached to them. They have a dialogue as well, faction, and also like the squad definition itself. And of course, vendors is the vendor vendor list, a list of items they have to have on them as tradable items. So this part is basically has like very few changes on the left side. We'll only designate building, how the squad receives this building. What's it like used for? So it's a shop. Then we have a layout interior. This thing actually is the one that we have created in game. But the funny thing about those layout interiors is that you don't have them available inside the editor itself. Only in-game editor can create those layouts that will later have to attach them in the squad. But to be like able to do it at all, we have to have like a blank interior record on the building itself first. Once we have it, we go open the game itself, shift F12, pick the building, and then we can add the interior, which is essentially uh, like a template of items you have inside the building. You can save it as a template, and then you have to attach it on the squad so that when the engine, as I understand, game engine spawns the squad with that specific building, it attaches this layout that we have created for our guys. And this layout is currently market style A, Let's try here, rename it a little bit. Just set like in-game building name. Otherwise, I have seen that for that market style it shows the layout name instead. And yeah, we also have to attach some sort of layout exterior to also be able to modify it inside the game. So if I close this editor right now, and we're gonna go into the game. So remember, we have like blanks attached to the squad. The blanks, no, sorry, not to the squad. We have the blanks attached to the blank of interior attached to the building. So it doesn't have, it might not even have like a mesh or collision attached to it, etc. It just has to be like a record of interior on the building, so that when we load the game, this is what we actually have to do when we have this blank or dummy interior attached on the building inside the construction editor itself. After we have done that, it's like a blank, it doesn't have anything. We go inside the game itself, and now we gonna have to create the layout attached apparently to that like layout placeholder added inside the construction editor. So we're like creating numerous templates of different layout variations for that specific building's interior that we added inside the construction editor. So now we're inside the game. We go with our guy over here. Right. So now we have to press Shift F12. There we have our editor. And now you see this blank interior record in Forgotten Construction Editor allows us to have this menu here on the right. Without it, we won't have it at all. Like, it won't show up. And now we can create and save different layouts for our buildings. So this like market stall A, right? And now if I, for instance, let's make the editor. I'll see like coin as well. This is like the part of this layout, market stall A layout. But in a few seconds, it just gonna disappear once we exit this editor. So we can now actually place a few items. For instance, food, but it will be pretty quickly stolen by NPCs. So we can place like a food over here. Place so this is like a sake. Right, so we placed a sake, and now we have to be able to save right. Wait. We have edited the interior, right? Alright, now this is where it gets a little bit tricky for me because I can't recall how it was done. Alright, see, the coins appeared. This is like, this is from the market style A interior. Alright, this is now marked as new, right? Maybe it will allow us to save actually anything. Hmm. Right, I guess that was like a pure luck that we created the interior like at all. I mean, it doesn't have to be like too complicated, right? Alright, I can see that we can clear and invoke that layout. So just to maybe demonstrate the concept of those layouts, if we click this bar building, right, and if we change like the layout into the gear shop, well, there you go. It's like instantly like a gear shop. Again, changes to general storage, hydroponic, outpost, slave shop, trash, peeler, mechanical shop. This is basically like the idea behind those layouts attached to this specific building type. So right now it's like it's a bar, right? And we have like to do pretty much like this same, or like we don't have to actually do it. The only reason we have like a layout attached to it is just that our guy is gonna be spawned by the engine right inside or next to those market stalls. But then of course the thoughts start running and you know you think like why not maybe like create the layouts for market stalls with different things lying around. And if we got like interior, so for instance if you're approaching the market stall, So from a distance, you don't see those small items on the shelves, but as your characters start approaching, like somewhere over here, then just show, then only then show the items, small like you know, food, weapons on the market stalls themselves. And when you leave the area, this like maybe like it's like collision measures used to understand if it's like interior or not, then just hide those items. Actually, that could be also pretty cool, because then you don't actually maybe stress the engine too much with all those market stalls having like too many details on them. But that's like far future probably. We still need to make those market stalls work like at all. Right now, I'm just curious, how did I eventually added like a the interior layout? Right, so we're like in interior edit mode, right? Show interior. Just wondering, how do I add like another interior? Right, so interior edit mode. Hmm. Right, let's try placing something. Okay. So general items, this is marked as new. Yeah, but thing is that I want to like create a new variation of the layout, and for some reason it doesn't allow me to save it either. It shows new on the items. All right. Got it. Got it. So we have to actually pick our mod in this drop down over here. And now we can, like, for instance, market style B, right? Save it. Now we can clear. This is I see this is like item here in the air. This is like cats. We can, okay, this is like bear scene here. We can clear it. We can click market style B, and there you go. It also loads some random items from B layout. You can switch back to A layout, it loads cats, and we can switch between the layouts just like that. Okay, okay. Now the thing with the layouts is pretty much clear, right? Um, I think we need to rename it somehow. Okay. And the thing is that these layout variations, we won't find them in the Forgotten Construction Editor. We have to like create them here, memorize them, so they're saved somewhere internally in the Kenshi itself, and we're like on the mod, right? We have to memorize those layout names, and then now remember this moment. Now all right, we're not going to be saving it. All right. Now, all right, so let's remember this moment. So these are like layout variations. So we have market stall A that loads cats on the counter. There's the cat over there. And if we click the market stall A1, it loads like some items on the counter. All right, we remembered that. Now we exit the game and we go inside the Forgotten Construction Editor. Now let's see, and this is the window that describes the hub town and its residents, bar squads. Now we go into our like to see our squad over here, the residents, and you see this setup on the left. So town residents, it says, and now it says building designation, layout interior. So these layout interiors that we have there in Shift F12 menu, we can, for instance, choose this one or this one. These are the two that we have currently created, and apparently the game engine, the game remembers in its own database those layouts. So I'm gonna use this one. So it's like a variation of things inside the interior for that building, just like we've seen um, in the example with the bar. So whichever we click, it loads. So what this part particularly does for our squad, for like for market traders residents. Yep. So our market trader residence, which has our squad attached to it with its like AI packages, their building that they prefer. Now, here on the left, these instructions tell our squad how to treat that building. And for the game engine as well, how it will load this building, with what kind of layout it will load it. So this building designation is shop, and interior layout is market stall A1. So as we remember, A1 basically has two items on the counter. This is how we save that layout. And now we're gonna save it and just go ahead and load the game. I'm not sure actually if I'm doing it correctly, but apparently you have to jump back and forth from the construction editor and the game itself. Now that we load the game, so basically when we do so, we will have to see the counter loaded with those items. We're gonna see it in the shift of 12 if that layout is active. Um, because the market stalls don't actually have the like uh, like a model for the interior, so when the game loads we can just see it for the moment, and then those items disappear from the view. I suspect that it happens because it connects as if we have like left the building. Right, so this is like the market stall, right? Yeah, there you go. You see? Market stall A1. So this is the actually the name of the layout that we have created via Shift F12. So if we're gonna click it here, so yeah, there it is. I suspect that this lighter yellowish is like the active one. We go see the bar, right? Uh, yeah, the light yellow one is the active one. So we can also like change their sign here, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. So yellow is the selected one. Orange is just the color to do like display the items in the list itself. Right. So now we're gonna check. So after the clock hits 11 p.m., our dudes attached to this market stall gonna start running around the town in hopes for shopping. Right, so off they go. We're gonna wait for 6 a.m. and see what's gonna happen next. Will they actually return behind this very same market stall that they took off from? So they're gonna visit like the bar, they're gonna visit every ruined building and try to like interact there and see if they can buy anything. Yep. So they're gonna be running around for quite a while. This is what they're actually doing right now is part of their AI package, which is actually a package called Hangout in a Bar. But they are not going inside into the bar itself to just simply like, you know. Oh, he actually bought something. Did you see that? Cool. All right. He spent 350 cats. All right, we're gonna wait for 6 a.m. and see if they actually gonna go. They have something like 500 cats. This is, you know, this is like their daily daily money. They have like each day they have 500 cats on them each. You can increase the amount of funds for that squad. There's like a But you see, there's like a distinction between personal money they have like on them that they can spend and the money for the shop. Yeah, yeah, we definitely can. All right, so it's gonna the clock hit 6 a.m. Let's see if they actually gonna return or they just gonna stand there and do nothing. So this is the market stall they took off from. I have a suspicion that they're just standing somewhere behind the buildings. Hmm, don't see anyone with a straw hat. Check, let's see. Yeah, they're still the residents of this town. No, come on, where are they? Oh, alright. So there's like one of them. So he basically standing aimless. Yeah, yeah. Right, I see one. What's happening here? Escaped servant. Right, so they're basically, when the clock hits 6 a.m., they just do nothing. Oh, there you go, there's like another one. So essentially, they just stop wherever they are. That's it. All right, let's go back to the construction editor. Yeah, and see, this is if we're gonna go and see in the market stalls in the buildings. So this is like our market stall. We first have to add this interior here. This is like I don't know, like an entry that this building has to have like interiors. See, and it doesn't have any meshes or collisions added to it. Nothing. It's just an entry. And then inside the Shift F12 menu inside the game, we can add like various layouts to this interior record over here. Um, different NPCs. What exactly do you mean by different NPCs? Essentially, I think they're just NPCs. What kind of NPC basically defines which? We're gonna go and see this like in greater detail right now. So this is the resident card here, and this is the squad. Outlaw, market trader. Let's see. Faction. Then we have like squads. Oh, okay. So in characters, we have like characters here. Yeah, in characters, we have outlaw market traders, right? Um, and we can basically define what they have on them, like what they are dressed into, what are their like stats, weapons. Yeah, yeah, they are. Um, and they will be because we want to add this kind of shop, like traders, market style traders throughout like the Kenshi world in every town. And you see they have like a money max, wages 500. So I suspect that they have like 500 on them. This is what they can like wages means daily wages I get. So this is like daily what they have on them. I don't know if it compounds or not, but an NPC class, this is basically dictates the type of the NPC. So AI knows who is who as it reads here. So yeah, all right, there's like dialogue here. Yeah, and see, what I mean is that why those guys when they are outside the building, they you cannot interact with them to trade is because in the dialogue attached to this character, like NPC, we have DC in my building. The value set to 1, which means that true. So it means that this dialogue is possible only in case they're like inside the building. So as you have suggested, we might actually just go ahead and redo this dialogue so that we can trade with them like at any time, and maybe just screw it. Like maybe we don't even have to make their trading dialogue like the trading inventory like very large, because if we're gonna have like 3 5 vendors on behind the market stalls in every town, then like their amount pretty much compensates for the size of their inventory. So one thing we have to solve is what we have solved is that we could actually put them behind the counter, which is a good thing. And the two issues right now is that issue number one, we have to make him go the um, to the bar at night. So this AI package is responsible for that. But of course, this is just like I'm not quite sure about like internal workings of the game engine. So I pretty much most of the time just copy paste things in hopes that they work and read stuff what other guys were doing. And here we have like two AI packages. Mine actually never works. I don't know why. So these are like two AI packages. On the left is Hangout in a bar, and on the right is our sort of trading package, which means it dictates if our guys go back to the job. Yep, I sure can. I even created like a separate dialog. We can try with that. I'm just gonna attach it in a moment. So in hopefully this gonna this gonna like solve one of our issues at least. The other issue is that, so yeah, so let's see. So we have two packages attached. This one is for trading on the right, and this one about what they're doing at night between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. And right now they're running around for shopping, as I understand, because the value two, as we can see, like it's at 250, which means they are gonna be running around for shopping. This is why basically they're running around, because the this is like has like more priority over all the others. We can I think we just can set to 0 pretty much. Relax and down package. Okay, we're gonna probably try and set 50 over here so that they have to um oh, you know what, I probably understand why they were like scattered across different destroyed buildings. We have this what's this, up job, go home. Maybe if we set it to none, we don't want to go for them to go home because they actually don't have a home. All right, let's try with the up job none. Up job travel target. What's this? I really wish those had like some sort of description. Really. All right, we're gonna leave it as is right now. We're just gonna change obey the AI package, non-urgent, which what is relax in town package. There's quite a lot here. All right, let's leave it like this. Right, so, and here the trading one. Right here it says Patrol Town. All right, let it be like this. Right, so they have like their AI goals here set to shopkeeper. Standard no, target specific. Right. So we're gonna change this, and we're gonna change the dialog for the squad. So this is like the default shopkeep, and we also have a shopkeep outdoors, which is like a modified version of the shopkeep, which has DC is inside the building removed. So it inherits from the shopkeep original, and here we override the dialog so that it doesn't have this requirement to be inside the building. Right. So we're gonna remove the default, save it, and let's go ahead and try importing the game once more. Let's see what's gonna happen. I mean, basically, like any trading experience is already like a huge leap forward. And then if they actually be able to go into the bar at night, return from the bar to the market stalls, that's already like half of the thing solved. Then we have to be able to trade with them, at least even if they trade from their like personal inventory. That's also kind of fine. The only thing with it is that they're not going to be restocking on their own, like automatically. So whatever you sell them will be like a permanent thing on them. That's probably like was like the main issue with it. Right, see, now we can initiate a dialogue with them. Looking to trade, okay, and see, like nothing happens. Nothing opens up. Right, let's see, where are they running? Shopping. They still go shopping. Oh my god. Shopping was set to 0. Alright, we're gonna wait till 6 a.m. and see what's gonna happen next. Hmm, might be. No, we're gonna watch him run around inside the bar, and I'll we can indeed like begin with traders trading off from like their personal inventory. Doesn't matter if it restocks or not. At least you know to like make market stalls nicely, figure out their layouts and stuff, and so that the guys are actually spawning nicely around different market stalls, like spreading out across them evenly. Then at least like trade, like make them trade from their personal inventory. That's also fine. And make them go at night into the bar. So these are like three probably like main goals to achieve. And then basically this is like already a success, like a small mod that truly converts market stalls into interactive experience, and traders act like in a meaningful way. And then expand the functionality of market stalls to be like a real buildings with interior where they are actually traders are actually acting as traders with a trading inventory, not their personal one. Now that actually feels nice. Finally, I was able to formulate the like bare minimum. Oh, it's okay. It's 7 a.m. and let's see where our guys are actually. Right, so one guy is standing inside the building, the other two, let's see where are they. Probably also hanging around somewhere. Yep, another one inside the building. Ah, we cannot talk to him. Is not interactive. I click right mouse button, nothing happens. No dialect. Can see the second one. Where's like the third one? Probably he also tries to occupy some of the building. Wolf Den 14 has been wiped out. Okay. Someone just got wiped out. Right, so I suppose they're just pretty much standing inside the buildings as their like final destination. And none of them is actually be returned to the market stall. Yep, none. Right, so this basically like tells us like a few things. It doesn't work. that's that's a major thing that tells us. The question is how to make them go hang out into the bar when they are not assigned into bar squads. While recalling this stuff, I also made myself some notes to understand like what is what, and also this arrows, like how to move the nodes around. It was always like kind of confusing how to place those nodes on the map. So I made myself a cheat sheet. So whenever like arrows face outwards, I know like which value moves where the node itself. Those greenish thing is that we see that resemble the characters. All right. So basically, what we could do, we could make him initiate a dialogue outside the building. That's one thing we can work towards it more to be able to eventually trade with them from their actual like inventory, not the trading inventory. Then we need to make him go into the bar at night. And third one, we have to make him go back to the market stall um, when the clock hits 6 a.m. Like basically, generally, like when it's morning, we want them to go behind the counter. I'm just struggling to make the mod. I'm just spilling the things I understood about modding in Kenshi, but I, you definitely shouldn't like take my if you can consider it as an advice at all. Like it doesn't work yet, so I'm still trying to figure out some things. Things just don't work just yet. Some of them work, some don't, and oh, nice. Right. So let's see. So this is the hub town description. So we get it from towns. Here we have like the squads. And the latest, I'd say this is like a breakthrough because I was actually able to finally make the game engine spawn the squad near the market stall, and the and the key answer was in this article on Steam. So here, Vane Verser, no, Katrina was actually pretty well at explaining how some of the things work, and that we need actually an interior for game engine to recognize the spawnings, like where to spawn our squads attached. Sure, sure, man. That'd be pretty awesome. All right, so what do we have right now? So we were actually able to spawn our guys as residents. That's a good thing. If we put this squad into the bar squads, then of course our squad, no problem, at night goes into the bar. It works. But if we have them as residents, it doesn't. Wait a second. Let's. I want to understand one thing. We have like so we spawn one squad. Okay, so the second value is the priority level. All right. So if we're gonna see the resident card, we have we have a two AI packages, and for the resident hangout in the bar, for some reason doesn't really work. I really have no idea. And whenever we have, so for instance, if we gonna, another issue is that we cannot have, I was not able to have items on the guys. So if we gonna, let me just add real quick, shopkeep, gonna remove this one. We're gonna keep all this. I'm gonna add a bar squad. So we added them right now as a bar squad. I'm gonna remove this one. And we're gonna add a default hangout in the bar. Oh wait, maybe we actually gonna add our modified one. Yeah, let's try with this one. Let's see if it works. Set priority. No, we're not gonna be set. No, we're gonna set the priority, right? The only thing and the only issue here is that I know there's no issue. All right, times set correctly because in the original one it goes from 0 to 24, essentially like forever. I have no idea. So something commands the guys go into the bar, but definitely not the schedule inside of it. All right, let's load the game. And see what happens after 11 p.m. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Top two. Wow. Well, interesting. Some dudes, ninjas. Hmm. Oh, this is probably because I reset the squad positions. Right, let's see if our straw hat guy is gonna be going into the bar. Okay, so he is still running around for shopping. He's not sitting in the bar itself. Hmm. Very, very, very strange. Hmm, interesting. Is it like for something like specific? Because pretty much this is what they're what I see in the construction editor. It's like 0 to 24, like and it works. It seems to be working. Right. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen after 6 a.m. All right. All right. It's 5 a.m. So they do anything besides sitting in a bar, even though they are like designated as a bar squad. All right, so there you go. They just they become just simply aimless. That's it, and you cannot trade with them. All right, let's see in the forgotten editor what's going on. I'm trying to make the mod myself. Yep. Something tells me that actually, if we set 0 to 24, then these goals are like executed in some sort of a different manner. Let's try the default hang around in the bar. All right. We have basically like a small modding session today, trying to figure out what can be done. Maybe like find different approach. Already we have found like basically embrace the idea that maybe our traders don't have to be this perfect. I mean, they can simply trade off their personal inventory. That will be fine as well. I mean, they don't have to restock for the version 1 of this mod. All right, so we're waiting for 11 p.m. and we gonna see what happens. All right, there you go. This is the squad. These are our traders here. And at 11 p.m., presumably, they will have to go into the bar. This is like a grand goal. Right, it's 11 p.m. and nothing happens. Very strange. This is probably because we have like a building maybe assigned to them. Most likely, actually. Right, Mercenary Guild, they don't have like any buildings on them. Maybe just remove this building over here. Yeah, it pretty much can be, yep. All right, let's see. So we removed the building from our squad. It's assigned to the bar squads. And we also set a priority number 1 for the hangout in the bar. Yeah, by the way, Gelder, welcome to the channel. Let's see just if it changes anything. All in all, I feel we kind of like pretty close to like getting something. At least it's better than it was a few months ago before. Okay, where are they going? Relaxing. Okay, goal is relaxing. Right, so relaxing was like a part in one of the AI packages. Package goals follow the package instruction, and it was set to relax in town. So I suppose this is what they're trying to do right now. Relaxing. So maybe we can trace it like this. Right? Yeah, there you go. And they went straight to sit inside the bar, and so there we have them. So now we're gonna wait till 6 a.m. Apparently, why they didn't go to any like or tried at least to go to any market stalls, because they don't have like a designated building for them, like their spawn point. I sincerely like truly interesting how people ended up modding Kenshi. Were there like any guides from the developer itself himself? Probably should look for those, most likely, than just you know, second guess things. All right, so in 4 hours we're gonna see what's gonna happen. And by the way, we can actually approach them and initiate a trade. See, and it initiates a trade with them. This is like a trading inventory, not their personal one. And they have like 500 cats on them. And it all based on their like rule set and the dialogue, which has a parameter checking if the NPC is inside the building itself. And if yes, then trading dialogue can be invoked. And this is what we see right now. But thing is that market stalls don't actually have like a true interior. We might actually end up adding like a transparent something, you know, a box or something that when inside and it treats you like being inside the building, which seems like to be like the most reasonable thing to do if it allows such interiors, of course, transparent ones. All right, it's 5 p.m., 5 a.m. Interesting. So they're basically still in relaxing mode, nothing happens. Oh, yeah, 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 right. Wait, their relaxing mode is actually from 0 to 24, so it's basically like an endless thing. Maybe. Alright, let's try things a bit differently. What if we move, what if we like simply move our guys from bar squads into the residence? So now they are like in a residence. They have the same hangout in the bar thing. Now we can probably attach a building to them. So that as a resident they will be actually added into the town. And now we're gonna test if they will actually go into the bar. I don't really want to think that to go relax into the bar they have to be like in the bar squads. Doesn't make really any sense. definitely can be one of the ways to work around it. Yeah, with a tent. Beep Almighty. All right, what's happening? Where are they running? They're running to go shopping. Man, this shopping just kills me. Now, shopping is ridiculous for them. I think we might actually narrow down their options. Doesn't really make any sense. I think we experienced something like this in Foglands. You know, those endless hordes of Fogmen. There's actually one video when we've been there around the mongrel. That was that was like ridiculous. We were like beaten up trying to restore, then another squad of Fogmen we fight off, lay down to rest, restore a bit, then another wave squad of Fogmen. So we were fighting there like for a few hours for our lives and eventually managed to escape. All right, so we're gonna remove this hangout in the bar here. Uh, this is like yeah, yeah. But the thing is that if we go with the personal inventory option, at least just for now, then they will have like limited space to put stuff inside. Right. So I think we're gonna like remove all of it or put like 6 to 23, right? Um I will remove shopping altogether. Screw that. Right, AI packages, shop, hang out in a bar, market stock traders, right? Gonna put priority number one. I'm gonna modify. We're gonna remove this stupid shopping. Let's see this default stuff. So they have obey the AI package. Non-urgent, ending, targeting target specific, and I'm relaxing town package. You know what? Maybe we'll just assign them. Maybe there's like some sort of like idea behind the 0 to 24. I don't know. It probably it means like Is it like an endless loop of stuff like that? Because if, as I understand, if we like define a certain amount of time, then exactly at this time they're gonna be doing this thing. But apparently, 0 to 24 means like do all of this at any time, or right? Let's put shopping bag 0 to 24, medic, okay, 0, because medic non-urgent is basically like at any time, right? Doesn't have to be a strict amount of time. And we just put obey AI package non-urgent from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Maybe like this. All right. All right. Let's see if our guys will actually go into the bar, although they are like residents. So we set a strict time for them to follow the AI package non-urgent from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m., which might actually not be correct. All right, our guys are going somewhere. This one's going shopping, right? This one's patrolling town. Okay. And this one's patrolling town as well. So now they are actually choosing from the list what they're gonna be doing. That's already better. Like it's a random pick. Now let's see if they gonna. Oh, okay, bar is not accessible, so this is why they apparently not went in it. Right now, when it's available, will they actually throughout all these 6 hours or 7 choose to go inside the bar? I think what we're gonna do next is set this. Oh, what? One sec. All right, we have one of them coming into the bar, and he buys something. All right, what's he gonna do next? Now he's going somewhere. Now, after shopping, he went patrolling. Okay. I think maybe patrolling is not like mandatory for them, right? Because they are basically traders. There's nothing for them to do in terms of like military stuff. Their main job is to trade behind the market stalls and at night go relax into the bar. All right, so what's good? What good we see is that they actually chose. We're choosing between two actions now, between patrolling, which is basically just a fake patrolling. Just walking around the town, and shopping. The rest is pretty much like medical aid. And will they go inside the bar to sit around? If not, we're gonna set 0 to 24 for the follow the instructions in the package and see if they will go straight to like into the bar. All right, it's 5 a.m. Let's see what happens when clock hit. When the clock hits 6 a.m. All right, they keep walking. They just keep patrolling the town. All right, interesting. Right, so what we have seen is slightly better than it was before. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna restore the settings for this one. All right. There also can be like a misunderstanding, because I don't understand how to play around with those signal function. This is like set the squad signal function, which is triggering the package starting and ending. So we have to have like a signal hangout at bar for it to actually begin its function. So we're gonna save it. We're gonna see one more time if our guy is gonna be going into the bar itself right when the clock hits 11 p.m. or maybe like immediately. We need to make him go into the bar at 11 p.m. This is probably like also maybe also like a more realistic goal for now. All right, so our guy is gonna be spawning. Yep, they have spawned. This one goes shopping again. This one going shopping. This one's patrolling shopping. Okay, so basically, right. This didn't work. There's like apparently this some sort of relationship between the squad being a bar squad or a resident, which is most likely the case. Oh wait. They have like a building on them, right? Right. We're gonna load the game a couple of times and edit the settings in the construction editor to figure that out. So probably for them, if they are like a bar squad, they don't have to have like a building assigned to them in that town. But we'll see. There's otherwise probably like a certain sequence we have to follow to get them into the bar if they are like a resident. Okay, and they're like running somewhere immediately. Shopping. Alright, they all went straight to shopping. Let's wait till 11 p.m. Nope, they're still on the shopping spree. Right. What we're gonna do next is that we're gonna remove our default, not default, but our copy of the Hangout in the bar. Add the original one. It's a bit like a dumb labor, but we're gonna try it. I wanna see if there's like any difference compared to the one I created out of it. And after that, we're gonna try and remove a building designated to them and see how it works. Okay, let's see what's gonna. All right, interesting. So with the original setup, they went straight to the to hang out in the into the bar. That's very interesting. All right, they're sitting, they're hanging out. All right, that's a very strange thing. Sometimes it gets me like a feeling that actually the names of items that we're referencing in the settings actually like have a an influence. Let's see our. Right, what's the actual difference? This is the same. There is nothing different in it. Right, leader, protect the squad, patrol, fluff, okay, obey the AI package. Let's see, priorities. Signal hangout at a bar. Op job, go home. Medic non-urgent, shopping, follow, slave master. Slave AI goals. AI goals, obedience for any enslaved character. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna add this. Add this. Just make it 1-to-1. with the original one, and okay, yeah, let's remove it from here. I'm gonna take this hangout at the bar, save it, and now what we're gonna do is move our guys from bar squads, and we're gonna move them into the residence. I'm gonna test it out with the default hangout at the bar setup. All right, let's check it out. Would actually a resident go into a bar with the original go into the bar AI package? I really wonder how much time did guys who modded the Kenshi on average spend time on this. Guess they really knew what they were doing. Right, so our guy's gonna be spawning behind the market stalls. Yes, they are here. Now they're just aimless. Nothing happens. Yep, they're just pretty much standing behind the market stall. And nothing happens. So essentially, for them, something has to trigger that event for them to go into the bar to hang out there. And apparently, bar squads is the thing that actually triggers that functionality. This is what's like my conclusion on this. I might be wrong, actually. Now let's think what we can do to actually make our guys to go into the bar to hang out in there. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I didn't put a priority in here. Let's try with the priority. All right, let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, now they're running. Shopping, shopping, everybody goes shopping. Yeah, okay, so it's a bit like difficult to test it because sometimes the bar is not accessible, and what might actually be happening is that why the test is not successful is that when the bar is not accessible, although the door is open, they just shift to shopping, like to the next thing in the list or something like that, instead of going straight into the bar. Let's try one more time. We can then, of course, use our copy and modify it to just remove all the unnecessary things we don't want them to do. Strip it down to relax in town and see if it works for us as well. I mean, it will work for us, just like if it will work in the game itself. And alright, it's loading. Okay, they're running. They went for shopping. Okay. Is the bar accessible? Yeah, it is. Okay, so they went straight for the shopping because the hangout at the bar was like the priority number one. They won't, and like the hours are 0 to 24, so it's like an endless thing, like a loop. So they will not do anything else till the thing they're doing will be finished. Right. So I think we're gonna remove this original one. We're gonna remove it from the list. I'm gonna add our modified hangout at the bar. We're not gonna be setting a priority, so it basically will have to rely on the hours we're gonna set. I'm gonna keep it as is here. Um, for this slave AI goals. I'm not sure why is this here, but whatever. Okay, so what triggers this? Basically, I think what triggers is that uh is the fact that if this thing actually, yeah, relax in town package when it's finished, right? Wait, why were there? Why there is no explanation? I wish there would have been like at least explanation what this enum means. Right, so we're gonna modify it. I think we're gonna remove it anyways. Okay, shopping, no shopping. Medic non-urgent, alright. Patrol, fluff, no. Protect squad, yeah, whatever. Um 0 to 24. Medic non-urgent, I think this is like not an active thing to be doing. This one's set to clears existing jobs false. I think we will have to play around with all of it to see actually. Right, this is medic is non-urgent task. Protect squad non. Oh, this is urgent. Okay, protect own squad. Right, job medic. This is the urgent. I think these are not like non-active things to be doing. Like so maybe we'll bypass that and it will go to the sick hangout at the bar. Yeah, maybe if they won't have any like active jobs to do, like shopping or patrolling, then they will probably go straight to the bar. Maybe, maybe not, but we will see. I think we're gonna set it to still we're gonna set a time limit on these jobs. So this basically has trigger to be triggered from 6. Oh no, from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Right? Sounds pretty much logical. And it has to clear the existing jobs for sure. I think that's right. Now we're gonna. So whatever they're doing here has to be like controlled by the um, by the time. Clears existing ones. Yep. Let's set. And actually, let's see other like mercenary squad. Hang out at the bar. Go home, everybody. Okay. Recruits. Hang out at the bar. So they pretty much have like just hang out at the bar. That's it. Nothing else. Signal none. Job home. This is probably what you were talking about, bro. This they have indeed have like a 0 to 100 hours, not 24, 23. All right, let's try it. Since I think since we are restricting different things by time, then maybe. Oh yeah, by the way, let's see Mercenary Guild if they have clears existing jobs. No. All right, they're not clearing. Oh, okay. Anyways, let's give it a go and see how and if anything changes. All right. Hopefully, we're not gonna break the game with our setups. Let's see. So they're just simply standing, right? Nothing's happening. It's 22:47, 48. Let's see what happens like at 11 p.m. And nothing. Nothing happens at 11 p.m. Bro, this is just ridiculous. Like, okay. Nothing happens. Right. But what about like AI packages, the instructions? Like, why are they ignoring them? Okay, let's it actually might be also that I treat this AI package incorrectly because signal function, this is basically what triggers this. By the way, with our regional one, we were actually able to send our guys into the bar, right? Right. Oh, bro, I already forgot. Okay, let's right, we were gonna remove this from list. I'm gonna try again using Hangout at the bar. I'm gonna set it priority 1. We need something to trigger the execution of those AI packages based on time. We need to mix them together. Right, so they just go shopping, that's it. So if we set the priority to 1, right, so the package gets executed like immediately. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna assign our customized package hangout at the bar, where we actually have removed any stuff that they were supposed to do, like trolling or shopping, like active things. Gonna set priority to 1, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen now? So it will be like force executed AI package. And since we have set the exact time when things have to happen, like we're gonna see if it will actually like move to the bar maybe at 11 p.m. starting from at this time, or maybe like immediately. We just want to know if this package actually gets triggered, gets our guys into the bar. I'm pretty sure someone has already sold this thing with moving residents into the bar maybe at night. Alright, let's see. So we're spawning our guys and let's see. Ain't gonna move anywhere. Okay, they're just standing aimless. For now. Maybe actually the AI package was actually triggered because it's like a priority one and they wait for 11 p.m. Maybe. We're just gonna find out in 5 seconds. So, 11 p.m. What happens? Nope, nothing. Very, very interesting. All right. Let's try it differently. If we set 0 to 24, will they then go into the bar? I, of course, might actually get completely wrong on the internal workings of the AI packages. I'm just guessing, really. And by the way, if someone fixed the end time like 100 to something else, I'm not really sure if it was actually a real fix, because the time that has to be set here is from 0 to 23. And essentially, if, as I understand, if they set anything 0 to like something beyond 23, then it's like an endless execution loop, something like that, like a background job. Maybe. Right, so we set 0 to 24, which was like a default setup for this AI package for the goals. And we gonna try with it with 0 to 24. But if it will work, then again, it will be pretty strange because it then does not respect any hours that was set. All right, let's see. So the guys are loaded, and I see they're just doing nothing. Yet again. Aimless, aimless, aimless. Interesting, we only have like 44% of generating them as girls, and all three of them are girls. Alright, nice. Just 44% and got them into the girls. Alright, so pretty much it didn't change anything. I'm really not sure how to trigger this move into the bar. Now we're gonna move our squad, force move them into the bar squads. Okay. And they will be with our customized AI package for going into the bar to hang out, and let's see if this one works for us, like at all, if it works at all. Okay. Right, so now they are going straight to the bar with our customized package. And it is prioritized. My guess is that because it's a bar squad now, they went straight into the bar. Okay. Now let's see if we can actually, if we can make the time affect when they go into the bar. I'm gonna remove that priority. So, okay, I'm gonna save it. You know what? Let's test with the priority, but time bound, and see how this will work. And then we're gonna remove the priority and see how will the engine actually understand that what should be done when by the time assigned to the goals inside the AI package? Simply want to understand the mechanics behind it and how and if it works as I try to view it. All right, so guys are standing. Okay, that's good. So probably there's like a respect to time. Now the clock hits 11. Okay. Yep. Now they're going to relax. They're going straight into the bar, which means they actually do respect the time-bound goals in AI package. So maybe AI package was indeed like triggered by priority, but still they didn't move before the clock hit 11 p.m. Now we're gonna spend some time here till 6 a.m. and see what's gonna happen next after it. Gonna take some time. At this I'm kind of confident that it does really work as we perceive it. Right, so at 6 a.m. we're gonna see if our guys at least they have to at least to stand up, and this will be like a sign that they are canceling their current actions to relax in the bar and they're ready to go outside. If they're not moving, then this is like another problem, probably because there's like a thing, an issue with our market stalls themselves. And if I'm gonna continue working on the market stalls themselves, then this will be resolved on its own, I guess. Because they currently probably don't understand where to move past 6 a.m. although they have like a different set of instructions based on AI package, like which has to work from 6 a.m. till 11 p.m. Right, so it's almost 5 a.m. I'm gonna wait till 6 a.m. and gonna see what happens. All right, so our guys at 6 a.m. sharp, they stand up and well, they turn into aimless. So which means that this AI package has finished relaxing the relaxing part, and now there's like something else being executed, entertained. And our objective now is to make sure we can make those guys do something beyond like 6 a.m. Go do something else or straight to the market stalls, right? What's this? Right, we have defended the hub town. All right. Right, so let's get back to our construction editor. So now we know that our hangout in a bar does work. It does end, the relaxing does end at exactly 6 a.m. And since apparently they don't have like a home, they simply stand up and do nothing. Because this job ends, yeah, the simplified behavior of the AI when in the unloaded state. Maybe it's when like hanging out ends and what happens like next. Maybe. Just guessing. Now in this AI package for supermarket stalls, we have shopkeeper, which is like with the highest priority. Now my guess is that when the clock hits 6 a.m., they're trying to go shop to be like a shopkeeper, but there's actually they don't understand to which node to go. Maybe there's like something else to do. We can of course try this one hangout in a bar with making by moving them into the residence. Now that we know that it works when they're like a bar squad. Yeah, so we're gonna see it with this one. We know for sure that our AI package hangout in the bar does work. Now the only question, will it work for them when they're just residents? And if not, then this means that we need like a trigger for them to go into the bar to hang out. All right, let's see. So it has to be 11 p.m. So there they are. Let's speed up a little bit. Right now they are aimless. Now the priority package gonna kick in, and it's 11 and they still do nothing. Right, so the package hangout in the bar is not being triggered. It is not being triggered. Now let's see if there's like anything we can do to actually trigger it. My guess is that the AI package is being triggered by something else, right? So this package is triggered by signal hangout at the bar. This is probably because we move our squad under um, bar squads. This is what triggers it. So maybe if we're gonna change it to at a safe town. Let's see, at a safe town, right? So maybe this will actually trigger it, because then when obey the AI package non-urgent, what is means they relax in town. And what means relax in town? This is apparently what actually moves them into the bar, right? Because this here is only the trigger. Okay, let's load the game and see. And if it works, this is like a big success for today. But I think it's probably is the thing. You correctly like understand why some things don't work and the others work, then it's already like half of the victory, honestly. All right, the moment of truth, and we're gonna see it now if this thing works out. Right, so we're waiting for 11 p.m. Their main job gonna be relax. No, it is not triggered. Bro. Hmm. But why? So is it like not any squad can so residents cannot go and hang out in the bar? Something? They like 100% have to be like the bar squads. But maybe it doesn't matter actually. If they're like a bar squad and not in the residents themselves. At the same time, uh, this bar dude is actually like a he's a resident. He's not a bar squad in any way. But this might be his like home. This is why he's like here, right? And bar squads, they are probably like they have some sort of predefined thing that they have to sit around in the bar. Maybe, yeah. So maybe our guys do have to be like a bar squad actually to hang out in the bar. Otherwise, this probably not gonna be triggered in any way. Right, and it's 6 a.m., so they're still standing. All right, so I guess really we cannot like make our guys go into the bar other than like without like assigning them to be a bar squad. At the same time, it seems that it's a pretty valid thing that so this is like the AI package, right? Signal function, set the squad signal function, what triggers this package starting ending. So this is what triggers it, and this probably is what's responsible for moving them actually into the bar. Relax in town package. But now as a residence, this thing is actually not being triggered. Let's see on others. He's got a shop 24/7. Seagate Safe Town. Okay. Standard shopkeeper known. shopkeeper node doesn't work anyways, but anyway, let's put it. All right, so this package is not actually being triggered when we're like residents, right? Really like want to know the some like descriptions of some of those signal functions, unloaded functions. Apparently, I will just have to maybe spend some time reading. I'm pretty sure some of the mods are actually touching those parts for sure, and most likely some guys apparently could actually move their squads or anything into the bars. Most likely, but we'll see. So yeah, I guess this is pretty much it. By the way, you can check out the description for this stream. You can find the link for the mod description and the challenge that we're facing right now on Raid Camp. There's a link attached to it to the stream in the description, and it's a basically it's a private post that you can check out and see what's the current state, like to follow on it and see what's happening with the mod itself. All right, I think for today, pretty much I guess we covered like everything about this mod, what it uses, what we have like achieved lately, and what are like the main goals and pain points right now. And I think I'm gonna spend some time reading and researching a little bit more just to avoid like poking into the void of various like an endless number of functionality without understanding how they are interconnected in the game engine themselves, how like the game engine interprets them actually when loads the game itself. So for now, the state pretty much is like this. What we're trying to achieve is to enable our guys to move between the market stalls and the bar. So at night they're gonna be like we want them to spend time at the bar, hanging out there. And at the morning, like at 6 a.m., they need to go back to the market stalls and be available for trade. So when they're like on market stalls, we have like two paths to take. One is that they're going to be trading from their personal inventory, but it will be like limited to the capacity of their inventory. And second thing, they won't be able to restock. But for version 1 of this mod, I think that will be completely fine. The second version, like 2.0, would actually feature would have to actually feature like fully fledged um, trading inventory, larger and not attached to the NPC's personal inventory, like at all. So it will be like have to be like detached. And thing number three, thing number three is that we need to be made to be able to make them trade outside the building, which is possible, but again leads to only path is that they will be trading from the personal inventory. But that's fine. So I guess we pretty much like narrowed down the issues or like challenges that we're working on, and maybe if we'll figure out those things, we're gonna see a new mod, maybe a little bit basic, but that'll be pretty pretty interesting experience to actually see it happening. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed it. And this was my noobish uh, modding review for Kenshi game. My small baby steps towards making a mod. So check out my channels. Check out everything. Raidcam, YouTube, Twitch, whatever, like everything. And I'll see you around. As always. The weekend approaching and Kenshi stream as well. So I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.